good morning, good holidays, good whatever the hell's going on in your life that's good to that. So today we're going to be installing something else from Diode Dynamics. Why is that light not on? Last video we had Chris filming for me, however today it's just me. I just installed the SS2 ditch lights and I absolutely love them. And to complement those, I got these. And these, you say, Cody, they've had these forever. Oh, they've already been out. They've been out, but they got out again. That was weird. But they came out with a new model of the SS3 Pods, the Max. The Max is brighter than the Sport, it's brighter than the Pro. Yes, if you have either the Pro or Sport and you know how bright those are, you can only imagine how bright these are gonna be. Now, like I said, it's just me filming today, so we're gonna work with what I got, aka me, my mini tripod, because I forgot my actual tripod in the garage, and then I came right from the condo. Anyway, so you get two boxes. This box here, this bag, you have a little instruction card, some more important information, just showing that there has to be a gap. I'll explain that later. Then you have your two adapter brackets, some hardware mounting screws, and then your two pigtails. These are what makes these lights a plug and play operation. So they took the guesswork out, they took all the finicking of cutting connectors and all that. Little plug and play pigtails, your brackets to go in the OEM spot, and then your other box, you're gonna get the lights themselves. Now for those, Merry Christmas. For those that are wondering, these are now, of course, brighter than the Pros and the Sports. However, these are still an SAE compliant fog light. They are also still the same footprint, and what that means is they take up the same space. So internally, these have been upgraded. Externally, it's the same footprint. First step we're gonna do is turn the wheel all the way in on the side that you're gonna do first. Gently remove that, put it to the side. Now we're gonna go behind the bumper and start pulling all of this off. You wanna remove all the pop tabs that are holding the fender liner to the bumper so you can A, pull the bumper away, as well as get your hand back there. Next, go ahead and pull the bumper off. Next, we'll go underneath, pull more of the plastic rivets off so that way we can pull this out further and get access to the fog light. Inside, you'll see the electrical connector, a 10mm bolt, and then a little plastic screw tab that you undo with a little Phillips head, and you can pop that tab out and then undo your 10mm, and the whole fog light will come out. Now, as you can tell, there are some slight differences between the two. This is just a little halogen housing. As you can tell, a little cheap plastic. This is all beautiful built aluminum, very nice optics inside. So this is a very high quality piece compared to, I'm not gonna do that with that one. But this had some Laminex film on it to make it yellow. The output of a white light through a yellow film, it's okay, but the optics inside these are actually emitting a yellow light through the yellow lens. The optics through this are gonna cut through fog, the snow, the rain, all that. This kind of did okay. However, this worked for a little bit. I like the look of the yellow fog lights. However, the output through these was very lacking. I'm sure I could have put an LED bulb in or something like that, but it's never gonna be what these guys are. These, you guys can put these in a little box. As far as installing the adapter brackets, what you're gonna do is hold this in this position facing down slightly. Take your stainless lock nuts with the little nylock portion, the crown, the round part if you want, facing in. Slide those into little slots. Then take your adapter bracket, slide it on over. Take one of your Allen bolts, put the washer through it, insert it through the bracket, through the little hole into the nut that is now captive. Do the same on the other side. Now, one thing to note, they thought very well in advance on these. They made the nuts captive, so it's not that big of a pain to install. And then you're gonna take a Allen wrench. When you install these brackets, what you wanna do is push this far forward and then tilt it down. So then that way, when you're looking at it from a side view, this is aiming down. That's A, gonna give you the proper gap in front for the bezel to fit right, as well as it's gonna aim it. Now, when you go to reinstall the light, you just gotta fish it through. So you're gonna open this back up, fish your light on in, And then that's why you want to take the front bezel off in the front. So then you can grab it with your hand and then move it into position. And then just going into quick detail, it's a bolt on the bottom and then a little pop tab on the top with a little screwdriver head. So you just back that off a little bit and then you can pop it out. So we're gonna reinstall the light. So next you can go ahead and install your little plastic retainer. Install that guy first. Then you can loosely install your 10 mil bolt again. Next up, tighten your 10 mil. And then install your adapter harness. Now, like I said, if you plug in your harness and it doesn't come on right away, don't panic. Just simply flip the harness over and then re-plug it in. So go ahead and reinstall this. Now go ahead and put the bumper back into place. And then reinstall all your pop tabs. Then we're gonna move to the other side and I'll show you guys in further detail. Pop tab on the top, and then insert your bolt on the bottom again. The pigtail can go on both ways, so if the light doesn't work at first, don't get upset, don't get sad, don't get mad, get glad. Simply disconnect this, flip it over, and then plug it back in. Now go ahead and test the lights. Holy hell, that's bright as hell. That is super bright. So next, I'm gonna wipe this down real quick, and then we're gonna reinstall our trim piece. Be very careful with these because these like to pop off on the trails all the time, so make sure you install them properly. So then once you have the cover popped on, you can then push the bumper back on and put all those pops back on. So once you have it installed, if you look directly at it and then look up, you'll see a gap down there. You want the gap. That's gonna aim it down, as well as it's gonna let this all sit happy on it, as well as you're not gonna be too high with your fog lights. If you're too high, it's not really doing a fog light's job. So you want it to see that gap. That gap is proper. It's not that you did it wrong. You want the gap. No gap, no bueno. Gap, bueno. So we're gonna hit you with some facts. The Sport, which is the lowest output offering, is 10,600 candela. The next step up, which is the Pros, is 11,900 candela. And now when we make the jump to the Max, we are at 18,000 candela, which is just absolute insanity. I'm gonna put the link in the description to the same ones I have, the SS3 Max SA fog light pods, and you guys can see for yourself the comparison between the three different levels. So what I just did here, it kind of like a smiley face. I basically just put my garage door halfway up a little bit so I can aim them and they're perfectly aligned. So it's a little cold out. I'm actually on my way up to Circuit Demon right now, and I figured now would be a good time to show you guys the performance of the Max fog lights. That is with the Max fog lights on, as well as the headlights, which the headlights are gonna actually be retrofitted today. But these things are insanely bright, absolutely insanely bright. The throw is incredible. You don't realize just how much throw there actually is until you turn them on and off while you're driving. You see how much flood and how much fill there is. So definitely worth the price of the Max versus the Pros and the Sports. Those two are great, but I would get the Max. Now, much like these little guys that I have, the SSC2 pods, they offer them in the SAE approved fog light, the spot, the flood, and the driving beam. I have to, of course, to get the fog light on the SAE approved because I drive with them every single day. I'm gonna be driving with the fogs on every single day, and I don't have to worry about blinding people. That's the problem if you get cheap little LED pods that you make your own little brackets and shove them in there. You have a high chance of blinding the shit out of people. And now you could have the mentality of whatever, I'm gonna pass it, but it's still massive annoying. But an awesome upgrade that is a direct bolt-in, a plug-and-play option is these Diode Dynamics SS3 Max fog light pods. We'll go with fog light pods because you can get the pods mounted various locations. You can get little brackets, put them on your roof rack, wherever. In a few weeks, you guys will be seeing a very cool update video on the Forester. of the winter plans for that car. So I just want to give a massive thank you to Diode Dynamics for being an awesome company to work with, awesome for sponsoring me, greatly appreciate that. Again, if you guys need any auxiliary lighting for your Crosstrek, your any car, honestly anything that you can put a light pod on, even a snowblower, comment below if you guys want to see me upgrade my dad's snowblower with a Diode Dynamics spotlight. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.